have time to play games, but I've got a job to do.
Students, it's the end. The final crimes against humanity. The invasion of Korhal begins.
I'm going to Korhal. It's time.
Why are you telling us this, Kerrigan?
There will be ruin, destruction. Millions can die amid the chaos. Valerian, your people will need a leader.
Especially
You're right,
one with
Kerrigan.
Naru
They will.
eyes.
If I'm to be that leader, I'll ask only one thing of you. Bring your swarm down outside the city. That will give us time to evacuate.
Korhal is going to be the most difficult battle of my life, and you're asking me to make it harder.
I am.
I was wrong about you, Valerian. You're not like your father. I'll give you your chance. Make the most of it.
This is a pretty good mission with a nice balance of various things to do. In this mission, we have to defend the Washington Press Corps, the biolaunchers. After all the biolaunchers are secured, a new objective will be to destroy 2 bases in the northeast. A bonus objective is to destroy the Augustgrad city gates. Achievements include not losing any biolaunchers, on normal destroying the 3 gates before the 5th biolauncher lands, and on hard destroying all Dominion structures before the 5th launcher lands, including missile launchers up on a platform. First, we need to get our Vespene going, building our base.
Are entering Korhal's atmosphere.
Do not waste units by sending them out to defend the first biolauncher. Kerrigan can do that all by herself.
This world is mine. The swarm conquers all.
When the biolauncher lands and brings some units with it, pull those units back out of the way and let Kerrigan handle defense herself. Spread creep. Leave Kerrigan here until well under a minute remains. Then she can go to where the number 2 biolauncher is landing. Send her there alone. Pull back the troops to come down with that biolauncher. Leave defenses in place to keep the biolaunchers alive. Now we have infestors. If you have good micro skills, these are very handy for capturing tanks, Thor, science vessels, and the like.
These gates lead to the Terran capital. Destroy them, and my brood can enter Augustgrad.
Good thinking.
Kerrigan can defend the second launcher by herself, too. By now our base has macro hatches and some buildings we'll need for production.
Make your peace.
We can move our army up toward Kerrigan, and then while we're over by this gate, and our numbers are large because Kerrigan just brought down some drop pods, we can take this gate down.
Our queen has destroyed a gate. Move into the city.
Time is getting short to get to launcher number 3, so we'll go there.
I am the swarm.
Protect the infestors. If you just attack move, they'll run right out in front and get killed off. Since those infestors don't have any scarabs to launch, we don't want them out front.
Time.
Oops, we didn't want those extra troops in there. One, two, three, not bad.
My queen, the next biolauncher is landing in hostile territory.
With extra time before the next landing, let's take an expansion. But there is this distraction. Now it's infestor time. Take that science vessel too. These aren't just tanks, these are siege breakers. And it would be great to be a little quicker here. Use Consume to strengthen up our infestors and then send them out and get this tank also, but I guess the Ultralisk wants it more. We want to expand there and then go protect this other biolauncher. Unfortunately, there's another distraction and another misuse of, or unuse of infestors. Come on now, Kerrigan. Drop pods to the rescue, and we have another expansion up here. Since we're up in this vicinity, we can go down and get this gate. Having attack move, did our infestors move out there, and by dumb luck, the AI isn't finishing them off. They're not capturing some units. Should have used them to capture. Plenty of time to see what's behind door number 3. Complete misuse of infestors. Who can be blamed for this embarrassment?
Mutation complete. Mutation complete.
Night Wolves, you have your orders.
We do need to get the fences up at the expansions. Pump up the worker count at the expansion.
We require more minerals. Mineral field depleted.
This force is small now and needs to be supplemented. It's almost like starting over at this point with one last biolauncher to defend and not a very large force. Well, we can hold on, if just by our fingernails. A task that would be easier if we dominated this flight instead of destroying it.
Korhal's defense cannons have been destroyed. The swarm is gathering on the surface.
Destroy the Dominion's bases. Drive them into the city.
There's a new objective, crossing the Rubicon and finishing off the 2 northeast bases. But before we do that, we'll just wander around the map and see if there's anything else to blow up. There's a base up here. And one down here.
No time like the present. The swarm has met the enemy.
A class reunion for Kerrigan.
The swarm conquers all.
Now look at this. We clicked these mutas around on a search of the perimeter. They got stuck at that wall. But this is even odder. These mulisks got stuck under an overpass. And we have to pull them out. And then this one up here is stuck in an alcove, and we have to pull it out too. The time has come to wind things up, though. We'll send our Oliphants in and get her done.
Mineral field depleted. Your revenge is close now. Nothing can stop it.
Don't underestimate Minsk. He is by far the most cunning enemy we've ever faced. If I should fall, you must take the swarm from Korhal.
Flee? This is not the way of the Zerg.
Yet it is my will. You will obey my command and take the swarm to seek our true enemy. Find Amon. Destroy him before he can enslave the swarm again.
As you command. I have seen more of the Terrans than ever before. In some way, I feel sorry for them.
How so?
They have their nations and their clans, but each one of them is alone inside. I wish I could help them by taking their essence for the swarm and then killing them.
Oh, so much kindness. All we're doing in this mission is having the Haka trash the power links so we can take out the Psi Destroyer. Destroying 20 enemy structures before the second time the Psi Destroyer comes online is one achievement, and not letting the Haka die on normal is another. Speaking of the Haka, let's learn more about that august critter by going back and pondering a conversation from an earlier mission.
Why are you so obsessed with collecting essence?
It will mean survival.
Because new essence makes you powerful?
Power will be a trap. The pack leaders fell to this.
If it's not power, what is it you get from essence?
Essence is change. Change is survival. Collect and live. Stay still and die.
Dehaka and Zagara, Stukov and Kerrigan. Maybe Raynor can get back together with Dr. Hansen.
The field will quickly kill any Zerg who enters it.
Understood.
The device uses this psi connection you share. But I do not have a psi connection. I will not need it.
Exactly. Gather your pack. Dehaka, this is the central hub of the Psi Destroyer. We're going to bring it offline permanently. The Psi Destroyer uses power links to extend its range. Disable them, and the field will shut down temporarily.
All things change.
First off, we have a very easy task. Dehaka will just hop around and tear stuff up.
Creature.
Watchful. A Terran machine hides above. I will destroy it. I follow.
Zerg! Here, that's impossible.
As the first power link falls, the Terrans will lose the protection of the Psi Destroyer. Start up the economy.
Go! Attack while the field is down!
He's under attack.
Resist the probes that will come. Sneaks.
The swarm should engage the Dominion before power is restored to the Psi Destroyer.
Yes, we should be moving along a little faster here. We're blowing a lot of time. Kerrigan can take this base out by herself, and we should have sent her down immediately. Then we could mine extra during Dehaka's second attack.
We must place that on creep.
Kerrigan, you and your swarm will never threaten humanity again after today.
This device.
Now Dehaka has a Viper trick.
Fire and death. I should drag it to me.
Usually Dehaka should travel by ledges.
Essence flows. Yes.
The swarm has met the enemy.
And Dehaka doesn't have to deal with every unit and every missile turret and every structure along the way. Mainly Dehaka just needs to get to the power link and then focus on destroying it. Doesn't even matter if people are shooting Dehaka as long as Dehaka can take the power link down first.
Forces are under attack.
Now we have built up defenses and the structures we need for a variety of units and have done a lot of mining during Dehaka's mission. Unfortunately, we haven't learned to treat repairing SCVs like medics. Get them first. We're mainly taking this opportunity to build up an economy,
Get back to the
not to go
hive
take
cluster.
out Terran structures. Here's Dehaka's third mission. The spawning little mini Dehakas is a nice trick.
Primal Zerg forces arriving now.
And we don't need them quite yet.
Your queen is under attack.
They're moving everything up. We really shouldn't be wasting time here. Especially since the field expands toward our base as we dawdle.
The swarm has met the enemy.
Hop ledges. Move on. Now we are very strong. 2 well-defended bases. And nothing to do now but experiment.
Cluster is under attack. The mineral field depleted.
Can Kerrigan take out this first area all by herself?
No.
Our forces are under attack.
Meanwhile, the Mutalisks are checking out little clusters of these red dots around the periphery of the minimap. Can Kerrigan take out a planetary fortress all by herself? Yes, she can. Can she take out the right side and the left side approach? Yes, she can. It's just tedious. So let's try something else. What about bringing the swarm host up? Well, the downside of the swarm host here is that if you choose to have them burrow, you can't take down air, but we have a lot of Mutalisks, so they'll help clear the air in that middle area. Now our aimlessness has predictably created a quandary. Lots of minerals, no gas. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we're the swarm, aren't we? So, swarm.
The swarm has met the enemy.
Alrighty, so much for that rip field, or whatever it was.
In 1 hour, either Arcturus Minx will be dead, or I will. If I'm still alive, I will set out to find Amon.
The fallen Zalaga, a being of unknowable power.
There's no way we can win.
Then why fight?
Because the only other option is to lie down and die.
Well, I never wanted to die lying down. So...
This is it, last mission. Our goals here are to kick in the palace door and make sure the Hyperion survives. Bonus objectives are to kill off the Terran units and structures that block Zerg units from advancing in 3 different areas that will be marked on the minimap. Achievements are to prevent the Hyperion from taking any damage, complete the mission in under 25 minutes on normal, and on hard, destroy the Odin before Minx actually says, "Here it comes."
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day your swarm darkens the sky of any planet. Korhal will endure, as will I.
Nice quote. I'll engrave it on your tombstone.
We require...
You never should have come back to Korhal. You are surrounded by the Dominion's elite.
Get the gas in, drone up, upgrade,
And yet they still won't be enough to save you. How
put in
many
a roach
bodies
warren,
will you
hydralisk
fight?
dens, or whatever else you need.
I've had enough of your tongue.
Is he talking to Dahaka or Kerrigan? There'd be a little bit of a probe on the left side, but after that, everything that comes at the base will come through that entrance out front, or more commonly from the right. A lot from the right side. Why? Why won't we get hit from the left?
It can't be.
My queen, a Terran battlecruiser is inbound on your location.
There's something familiar about Jim?
Let's finish the job.
I didn't think you would come back.
We're both tied up in whatever happens here today. We do it together.
Jim, thank you.
This is why your left side entrance stays fairly secure, but the right side entrance here definitely does not. It'll get probed over and over and over. Occasionally you'll need to protect the Hyperion. Not for normal attacks, but occasionally Minx will call out some special force and it'll come flashing across the screen, and then you might want to seriously think about helping. As soon as possible, build a force able to take the expansion on the right side.
Sky Fury Squadron.
Well, this is odd.
Destroy the Hyperion.
Especially the timing. Seeing as there's a fleet on the way into the Hyperion.
Could use some help taking these guys down.
Which is now shown up on the minimap. But it's a decent opportunity to take the expansion.
Our forces are under attack. Our allies are in combat. Your swarm is assaulting Terran forces in 3 entrenched positions. If you can attack these positions from behind and destroy them, we will join the slaughter.
These 3 spots are your bonus objectives. From behind doesn't mean you sneak in from behind or anything. It just means those are protecting the central area facing outward toward Zerg theoretically coming from off the minimap. So you just go directly at them and take them down in a face-up fight. Oh, this is a mess. But we have sent the Leviathan in. Leviathan spells may help some. Without its spells, it often only lasts as long as the Hindenburg on a bad day. So you can't just send it in as a airborne Ultralisk or something like that.
Make your peace.
We're almost
Now,
ready
it's
to
past
attack
time
the
we cleared
Dominion.
this cluster of
Moving out
buildings.
soon.
And the Leviathan's wandering back toward us, doing some damage as it comes.
Is under attack. Mutation complete. Mutation.
Pretty soon the Odin will visit the Hyperion. We needed to have already sent out a mighty force right to the palace gates if we wanted to take out the Odin force before Mink sent it out, and thereby get the achievement. Troops up by the Hyperion may need some help for that. Thankfully, Kerrigan has drop pods.
We did it. The Odin's down for the count.
While we're up here, we'll go hit the northwest gate. While we do that, the Dominion will hit us. But we can be back in business in just moments.
Our forces are under attack.
Now we'll hit this gate.
The way is clear, Zagara. Move your troops into the sector.
If we can get this Ultralisk to stop scratching its back and get into the fight, then we can go clear this expansion. Now we can fight some more. Here. And here.
Our allies are in combat. Our forces.
And blitz through those Ultralisks and take this gate. Now we're pretty much invincible to anything except our own stupidity.
Send your pack into the city.
And indeed, we're charging the palace itself. But let's suppose that we had wanted to get the speed bump achievement. How could we do that? Well, around 21 minutes or so, shortly before it would get activated, we could send in 4 dozen fully upgraded Mutalisks. The problem is, when they get to where the Odin ought to be, they might find this. Just a mass of metal, you can't even find a machine to target. What if you sent up 80 Mutalisk with 2-2 upgrades only a few minutes earlier? And do this.
Taking fire. They're focusing
Now you
on
might
us.
ask yourself, how is it that you had 80 mutalisks a few minutes earlier? Well, because of speed and efficiency. Let's back up. These videos are not walkthroughs because walkthroughs are pointless. There is no one correct way to do missions, so why watch a long walkthrough? Also, your son saying is a little bit lazy. If I did the walkthrough, it would probably be a bad example because of lackadaisical play. These videos just show some maps, game triggers, provide some ideas, and reinforce the storyline and let you figure out how to do the mission a little more effectively. That said, the difference between these two replays is that I did make some effort in the second one at focusing on speed and efficiency. I built only what I needed to mass mutalisks, I protected the mutalisks, I expanded immediately, and I defended using little more than what I started with, particularly Kerrigan and her special abilities. Because of speed and efficiency, I could make mutalisks almost twice as fast. And that made for a large, early airborne interdiction force. So this is what the palace has for point defense, I suppose. We could go on to the gates, but let's just wander around destroying things for a bit. Now we're just hanging back at the end of the red carpet, building up banelings to run down there, when what does Raynor do but come knocking on the palace gate? Hey!
Hello, Kerrigan. I've been waiting for you.
I'm surprised you haven't tried to escape.
Escape? My dear, I'm afraid you've got it all wrong.
You killed my father. They are to be tasered. No! Don't tase me, bro!
Really? Did you think I'd keep an animal like you close to me without some kind of insurance policy? Clearly, you are my greatest failure. Now, at long last, you will die.
Change of plans.
Thank you, Jim. For everything.
My pleasure, darling. Always was.
I now see my true enemy. He waits for me in the void, wielding powers I cannot imagine. I go to face him.
Well, good luck.